I wanted to make this video because based on this girl I met, lovely girl, she's been my friend, but I ended the friendship peacefully because I wanted to focus on content creation. So I remember she said this one thing. She felt like she was behind in life. I was like, what? Pardon what? Because I'm currently situated in England. This lady, this girl, in her early 20s by the way, she moved to another country, England. She got a degree, finished graduating. She was basically living by herself. Doesn't come from like some rich family. She had to also, on top of that, learn another language and do a degree in another language as well. Take that into account. And she said, oh my god, I feel like I'm behind in life. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Because I live in England. So I was raised in England. I already know the English language. At some point I was living rent free with my mother and like my other family members. So I'm like, it would be terrible to even look my way. And I was older as well. It would be terrible to look my way because we have different starting points. So I just wanted to make this video just to cheer anyone up watching this. And so if you do feel like you're behind in life, just know that you're living life now, and you'll always live that now. So you're never behind. You're literally on your own timeline. And don't get me wrong, I've been there before, but looking back, having that mindset held me back. Instead of thinking, oh, I'm behind, let's look forward. Let's just look forward and choose the options that are right for me, or let's see what I can do in my current situation. And that is because everyone has an unfair starting line. Like the girl I mentioned, you have to pay rent. I don't have to pay rent, so I can save up. I can focus on I was able to focus on saving up for car, except for COVID happened, so that was hard. But I was able to focus on saving up for like a course, figure out what I want to do in my life, work, and just an ease of mind. As for you, as for her, she didn't have that. Parents speak another language, she didn't know the place. I don't think you've been to England before. So how she's needed to learn language, move to another country, pay rent, make new friends, learn another culture, assimilate into the culture. I'm like, you've done a lot. So you're not behind. You've done well for yourself. You should give yourself a pat on the back and a kiss in the mirror because you've done well for yourself. But because you see everyone around you, you feel like you're behind. No, you're actually like you're behind in terms of the starting line, but you're actually where you need to be. Last year, 2025, I think we were starting to realize and uncover a lot of like celebrities out there. They kind of have a advantage, and I don't blame them. I would take my advantage. I'll take my privileges. Not saying that they don't work hard, but it kind of goes to show that everyone has an unfair starting line. The fact that I speak English, that's unfair to other people because English is more widely accepted. So it's easy for me. And I may not need to learn another language until even if I move to another country, I may get away with it. That's an unfair starting point for me in my situation. And you're expecting your 20s and 30s to answer every single question in your life. But what you'll come to realize is that for every goal that you reach, you want more. And that's okay. That's freaking okay. Because imagine if you reach a goal and you didn't want anything. You'd feel dead inside. You'd be like, oh my god. Because that happened to me. I got my dream job and I was like, I need more. Like, I'm just in the cycle. I need more. I used to think that once I reached my 20s, I would and maybe secure a dream job, was secure. I'd be so happy, everything's fine. But I realised I wanted more for myself. I remember enjoying my job, having fun on the weekends, but I remember on a Sunday, I just feel empty inside. I feel the Sunday scary is going back into the office and whatnot because it was just this ongoing hamster wheel. And there's something else that I need to do for myself, which is content creation. As everyone always says, life is a journey. You're gonna go through ups and downs, but that's what makes life so thrilling, so exciting. For example, this is so random, but Lizzo, she got a Grammy, but now I'm seeing YouTube videos about how she's struggling with the algorithm and music and whatnot. And it's like, she won a Grammy over like Beyonce. She wanted to get album of the year. She didn't get that. Lizzo got that. But now she's struggling with the algorithm. So it's like, even if you win, you're gonna go through ups and downs. It's all about making sure you're there for yourself. That's the hardest part. Making sure you're there for yourself. You are the master of your own temple most of the time. You need to be there for yourself every step of the way and do what you can. Don't look at other people. Don't rely on other people. You need to see, okay, what can I do with the resources I have? What can I do with the little things that I have? And make the most out of it. It's always going to be sunny. It's always going to be sunshine and roses. But what I know is that I'm going to make the most out of this. And another reason is that you are ignoring your advantages. As I mentioned, the English thing, it's a big deal. Okay. As I speak English and I'm doing content creation, it may be easier for me to reach international audiences, higher paying audiences, or just clients. You should know that. Your advantages are normal to you. You see them every day. Your health, the fact that you have a job, the fact that, well, for me, I have access to an iPhone so I can record videos and do content creation and whatnot. I work from home, so I've got more energy and more time. You may have is that you have access to education, access to online courses, free YouTube videos that can teach you about a certain subject or how to get into a certain sector. You have access to a phone if you want to do content creation. You have access to a car, because once I got a car, the jobs when I was getting out of my apprenticeship, it was easy for me to get a job, even before the apprenticeship. Because I had a car, it was easy for me to lock down my apprenticeship. If you can take out a loan for your business. You can live with your parents if that's one of your privileges. I'm not living with my whole family, but because I'm living with my mother, it's easy. Rent is just easier until she retires, of course. Maybe if you want to enjoy life, cheap activities. You have access to travel. Back in the day, that was not possible. Back in the day, you could not go to Australia, or it would take maybe a year to go to Australia. Exaggeration, I know. You would not have to trot on some horse. You didn't think that the earth was flat, but you can travel now. Like, I live in England, so if you want to get to France, it's just cheap. I can go for the Eurostar, or I know there are like £10 flights out that you can take to Ireland, France, to travel. Do a day out in Belgium. Look at your advantages. Really look at them and see how can I benefit from them. And you're carrying outdated definitions of success. I moved houses recently. Love it. I like the rent, no. But I don't know if I want a mortgage yet. So even though it may be a disadvantage for me personally, and what I want in my life, it may be an advantage because I know that I don't want to get a mortgage now. I can take my time and plan as to how I can buy a mortgage. When I did move into a house, people were telling me to decorate it. I was like, yeah, I should decorate it, do this doesn't know. But I was like, this does really make me happy, because I don't know if in 5 years, 2 years, I'm gonna move out. So all this effort, like, I need a house that's practical so I can just focus on content creation, because that's what I actually truly desire. And I like going out and having fun and just exploring and enjoying life. So I'm like, that's more important to me. So why am I listening to these people? Of course, buying the necessary things. Like, I bought a Hoover because I need a new Hoover. But other than that, is it necessary? In a world where people are trying to encourage other people to not overconsume, and there's like adverts everywhere to buy this, buy that. No, I'm not going to fall for that. I don't want that. Because everyone's expectations. No, you don't want that if that's what you don't want. I just say, also get off socials, get off social media. Unfollow the what's it called? The accounts that you don't resonate with. Let's say I want to do content creation, I want to lock in. I'm not always going to be on Instagram. I'm always going to be on TikTok. I'm wasting my time. I'm paying other people because I'm with my time. I don't want to go out as much because I just want to lock in and focus on my content creation. So that's what makes me happy. That's what I want. So because of your outdated definitions of success, you're being influenced by other people and you're living a life that is special for other people. Of course, do what's necessary, like pay your taxes. But if you're doing what you need to do, and pay my taxes, pay my rent, then why should you do all these other little frivolous things that doesn't even resonate with you, that doesn't align with you? So I was just like, what is success to you? Is it paying your bills, eating healthy, staying focused, focusing on your side hustle, content creation, focusing on that now so that in the future you can have a soft life, you can have an easier life, or work less? Then do just that. You don't value your own hard work. Sometimes I do think, I haven't done much. You know, I haven't done much, I'm not doing much, and I feel like I need to do more. But you've done much. You've like most likely finished school, you pay rent, got in a new house, finish a degree, make sure that you work every day when you need to and do your job, come to work on time. That is essentially hard work. Because if it's not hard work, then what is that? If you don't notice these things, what you need to do is note down your successes, note down what you've done, and really ask yourself, and all the hard times that you had to go through. Like COVID happened, so I can say you've gone through something hard during COVID, that I can guarantee. So note down all of your successes and hardships that you were able to overcome. I don't usually do this with hard work, but I do this with like my master bucket list and my memories folder of like all the fun things I do, just enjoying life, living my best life. And I know that I'm not able to do that unless I work hard. So that's a great idea. If you want to do that, master bucket list or memories folder of all the things you've done. There's always something. There's always something. So going back to the girl. So I remember she wanted to get a car. And it just made me think, that even though you think you're behind in life, you're still planning on getting a car. And I know that she can do it. I know she's probably got it now. But it's like, there's always going to be something with everyone. And that's really good, because what if there was nothing? What would you strive for? Why would you go to work? All you do is maybe pay rent, pay a mortgage you may not want. So it's good to strive for things. So if there's always something, then that's actually good. Because imagine if you wanted nothing. Imagine if you wanted nothing in a world that's very materialistic. You'd struggle. And it's human nature, no matter what you do, you always want more. If you don't want anything, you essentially would want death. Because so smell the roses, enjoy the process, and be more excited about your life. Because you can't go over it, you can't go under it, you've got to go through it. And I remember reading that as a kid. Do you avoid it, you may get cancelled, or it may bite you back. So let's go through it. You're assuming everyone else has it figured out. My parents are like immigrant parents that I moved to England. They were figuring it out, but we're okay. We are okay. And I'm not the only one. I'm not the only child that's gone through that. They're not the only parents that have done that. When you're looking around, when you're looking at your neighbours, no one has it figured out. Everyone's just figuring it out. The government is probably just figuring it out as well. Like, you look on the news, we're all just figuring it out. We're all just figuring it out. We're all just humans, just figuring it out. Think of a time where you didn't know what to do, you weren't sure, but you just end up figuring it out. It could be as simple as you didn't know what to order at this restaurant, but you figured it out. It may have been a dish that you liked, it may have been a dish that you didn't like, but at the end of the day, you were able to figure out the answer. Because you're going to have to. Most of the time, you have three choices. Choice A and B. And if you don't do either, choice C, which is doing nothing, you will eventually have to make a choice. Looking back to dropping out of sixth form twice, not seeing any options in terms of the education curriculum system that appealed to me. The easy, was it a straight line? No, it was awkward. I kept going and I kept trying to figure it out. You're chasing external validation instead of alignment. I currently love my job, but I realised that it's more better for my mental health working from home. It's more better. I like my freedom. I like to just focus in a quiet space. Office politics I'm not too fond of. I'm not too good at that. Well, in long term, I'm not too great at it. Essentially, I just want to do my work and do it well. I want to work for myself, have something on the side, because that is aligned with me. That makes me more happier. This economy, and with the digital space having more money and there's more growth in it, it will be best for me to see means as to how I can make more money and just expand my skills. You can do that too. You've confused being busy with making progress. Thinking back, and the times where I did work part-time, it's great because you need money at the end of the day. It's great and it keeps you active. But I was thinking, what if I actually use that time to invest in some skills and apply the skills? For example, with YouTube, if I had focused on this years ago and maybe not focused too much on my 9 to 5 and done this on the side, who knows where I would be? Who knows where I'd be? And that's one thing I would regret. So if you're in a situation, start now. Start it now. So if you're busy with your 9 to 5 and you've come to realize that you're spending so much of your life, your 9 to 5. Because now I work from home, life's so much more peaceful. I'm not exhausted because I'm not always traveling back and forth, getting ready, choosing what clothing I need to wear, make sure my hair is done up neat, and packing my lunch. Because I don't have to spend too much time doing that. I can focus on eating healthy meals rather than going to the local store and buying junk and snacks. You know, I still do to this day, but you know. I remember when I went to like Fall Park, finally. It took me so long, and also it's like farm party. I was so happy because it was like, you know, all of this is for something. It's not for naught. It's for something. Like, I just actually enjoy myself. So it kind of encouraged you to want to work harder. Creation. Start being busy with that and spending less time focusing on things that are necessary to you. You might just feel a bit more fulfilled. One thing I will not do, and one thing I don't want you to do, is waste your life over a job. Trust me, it's not worth it. If you ask people who have like passed away, or just about to, no, old or older people, they'll say that they regret not doing the things that they want to do. Those are one of the things, and love, of course. But one of the things is just regret not doing this, and that. And most of it is like enjoying life, and probably like saving money, love, like being in terrible situations, and more so, I think just living for yourself. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, by going out and having fun and doing the things I actually want to do, I realize that life is so much more exciting. It makes you want to keep going. It makes the hard times so much more easier. There's so much more fun things to look forward to. Before I end this video, I just want to say, life is an endless battle before we meet our maker. You need to make sure that you're always there for yourself and be consistent. That's the end of my video. Don't forget to sparkle, babes. You want to see more content like this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you want. Alright, I'm posting more frequently, okay? Every 3 days, I'm gonna do this. Watch me. Like, comment, subscribe, and just watch me. I'm gonna do the thing. And I hope you enjoyed videos like this. And let me know, why do you think that you're behind in life? Why? Because at this point, everyone is. Technically, everyone kind of is. Things aren't the way that it was before in terms of the economy, the mortgage prices, and like, people can't get a job in some countries. There's a war going on. So I don't feel, so you may not be behind, you may just be living a life that's true to yours. So let me know, what's the reason why you feel like you're behind in life? Bye, and don't forget to sparkle, babes. Bye.